What's the crack, guys, and apologies for the previous upload. It was taken down. I was forced to re-edit the video, meaning some clips and commentary was removed. It has, however, since been re-uploaded, so go ahead, check that out. A Discord, however, will be added within the next week or two, where we have more freedom to express our own thoughts and opinions. There will be a live session held once a week or once every few weeks, where we can do call-ins, we can get to know each other on a deeper level, and you can provide your own experiences, your thoughts and opinions, and we'll also cover some TikToks as well. So keep an eye out for that link, guys.
Scientists, some, are sounding the alarm on a so-called solar superstorm that could, and this is important, underline the word could, eventually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months.
If it were to occur, might take a decade for us to recover. Some of the destruction of communication infrastructure could bring about the end of the internet.
They are hopeful that they can stop this.
Yes.
But this is a real possibility.
Yeah.
That we won't have internet for months.
I think having no internet for weeks and months will be problematic for a lot of households in the short term. I believe a lot of people's behaviours would change to some degree, but I think after maybe a month or so with no internet, I think the world will be a better place. People will probably communicate better, and people will probably be able to tolerate more. They will probably be a lot happier. I just think it'll be a better world without the internet, if I'm honest with yourself.
Did Drake reveal his secrets or selling his soul in his concert? It starts with him sitting on a bed as a young teenager growing up on his favorite shows like Family Matters and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We then see the transition into stardom where we see his role in Degrassi. After that, he goes to bed, still a young teenager. The lights turn off and there's a spotlight. Jumping and flying and dancing around the spotlight is this shadow demon-looking figure. It starts to fly around him and multiple different spirits are spawned, creating a circle which eventually creates a portal. And out of the portal the spirits made comes out Drake.
I'm not sure whose concert that was, but if you're a project manager and you think that what you just displayed to people is art, you've got problems and you definitely need Jesus.
This town in Northern Ireland can hear a constant humming noise and no one really knows what it is yet. In other parts of the world, it allegedly sounds like this. Last month, locals in Omagh began noticing a noise that was usually at night. Some have said it's so noticeable they're not even able to sleep.
It can be a very serious issue for people, and low-frequency noise annoyance isn't something that should be dismissed.
And the council have allegedly been unable to find the source and are now calling in experts to investigate. So what actually is it? Well, there's this wild mystery known as the hum. It's been reported across the globe for the past 50 years. A low-level noise some describe as if a car was running outside your house.
Well, the hum are these sort of mysterious low-frequency sounds that seem to appear at various cities around the world and around the UK at different times, and they've got a mystery about them because people don't know where they come from and what's causing them.
So, does anyone have any theories about what the hum actually is?
Most cases where we can work out what it is, the hum comes from probably some sort of industrial or farm machinery source. What kind of catches people out is the fact that The sound travels a long way at low frequencies. It's quite hard to place where it's coming from, but industrial sources are usually the most common that are identified.
Some locals do have theories about where the noise is coming from, but it's still not been confirmed.
I'm yet to hear any form of frequency or noise, but I remember a lot of people were hearing like booms and trumpets way back from like 2011, and it's been like pretty much increasing since.
Did this man just witness a real giant? On October 23rd, TikToker RB Diesel posted a video from a remote location in Oregon where he claimed to have seen what appeared to be a giant looking out of a stone door high up on a cliff face just before it closed. Check this out.
There, right up there. That thing was open. It opened completely up, and then it closed back up. And there's a little slot in it right up there. You can see that little slot where it looked like somebody was staring out of. Dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says.
This video has since gone viral, and over the past weekend, he and his wife, along with a group of friends, went back to investigate.
The group dropped off. We were followed by 2 white government trucks that the wife and I took off up in the hills, and we did lose and come back down. I know what I think it is. This looks like it was just set in there.
After losing these unmarked trucks, they managed to hike up there, but had some strange things happen.
Hike down the road, we're going to get up there, we're going to get what we need to get done. It's about a mile back, 2 miles up or whatever, we got to cut across. Right now the door is right above me. Did you hear that? Yeah, but that was a big thump.
Now, another TikToker who lived nearby decided to drive out to the location, and here's what they found. So, did RB Diesel really find the home of a giant? Or some kind of opening to a secret facility? Just what is going on here?
I can see where they're going with a rock formation that looks like a door. What I would do is get a GoPro or a trail cam. I will place it opposite of that door and then go back, check on it, see if I can find anything. Just looking at that, the first thing that comes to my mind is this.
Why does this man's sneeze make me laugh so much? You want to see it again? Oh, I'm evil. Why does it...
Move, bitch! You come in with the bass.
I've been in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically. Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane, prayed over demonically?
Rituals, ceremonies to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. If you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of us. It's something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music. But it really isn't. It's absolutely taken over the world, taken over our children, and taken over everything that's coming to the times of world crisis.
He's just speaking 100% facts. He knows what direction we're heading.
Without warning, a rare and powerful tornado struck Tel Aviv, Herzliya, Ramat Hasharon, Petah Tikva, Bnei Brak, Ramat Gan, and Givatayim in Israel on Monday afternoon, November 06, 2023. Causing at least 47 deaths, 320 people injured, and thousands of affected buildings experiencing serious damage.
והתנפצו. והבית ההוא, תכף אני גם אצלם לך מקרוב, גם כן נפגע.
In Tel Aviv, a tornado hit on Monday afternoon. At least 8 people died, and hundreds of buildings were badly destroyed. According to Dykstein Nimrod, a doctor from Herzliya, the tornado also impacted the area, overturning and blowing away the roofs of buildings. Because it is in a relatively open rural area, no fatalities were reported, Dykstein said. Local authorities rushed to the affected areas to provide disaster relief measures. A netizen in Herzliya posted a short video showing a moving white car being overturned by a tornado, while the driver struggled to escape. Experts believe that the suction power of the tornado's rotating airflow was enough to roll the light vehicle up and throw it into the air. The tornado in Ramat Hasharon caused the death of 10 people, and several other people were seriously injured, according to state media reports on Monday evening, November 06, 2023. This is part of a series of extreme weather events that have hit the country, especially in Tel Aviv. The tornado in Ramat Gan has affected more than 5,500 people, causing the collapse of 137 houses, according to preliminary statistics cited in the CCTV report. Video footage showing tornadoes damaging buildings has gone viral on the internet, showing the extent of the power and damage caused by these natural disasters. The video depicts the journey of a tornado descending from the sky, forming a large, swirling funnel cloud as it approaches the city. The video ends with the tornado moving away from the city, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake.
Apparently, Israel barely get any hurricanes, if any, but the fact that there was so much destruction from all that, but yet so few were taken, it's just a miracle within itself.
Sending me this video asking for my opinion. We're going to go ahead and take a look. I don't know where it originally comes from. If you do, go ahead and tag. You can see here it is some kind of very frightening looking wolf-like creature. You know, something like a werewolf, or what people today might call Dogman. You can see here they slow it down, then they're going to zoom in here in a minute. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure where this is from, but it looks like some kind of werewolf creature. I believe it was a farmer. You know, something was attacking his livestock, his chickens. Here it is, slow-mo. He put out cameras, and this is what he captured. So I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think it is, based on the information that I have. We're going to go ahead and look in the album, you know, the Oldger Family Bestiary. Inside, I have information about a bunch of different kinds of supernatural creatures, several different types of werewolves that are in here. You know, there's multiple kinds that I've talked about, but the one that I do think we are seeing here is this one, which I have described as the same kind of thing as a Dogman. This is a permanent type of creature. Once a person becomes this thing, they never turn back. They do hunt livestock. They hunt people also, so the person who captured this should feel kind of lucky. This is one of the more prevalent types of supernatural creatures to still be sighted in today's world. You can find several videos of creatures like this, like the one that I posted on modern social media. I really prefer to just call it a werewolf. You know, Dogman just sounds kind of corny to me, but we're talking about the same thing. A very ferocious creature.
So apparently in Europe, in Lafi mythology, there's a thing called Solnpernis, where it's a normal human being born but with wolf-like features. That ain't no ghost Harry. That's you looking for a midnight snack.
Have you ever heard of the incredible theory that everyone would have been dead in 2012? Yes, it's the theory that everyone died. According to this theory, we would all have perished in 2012, and the life we're living now would actually be a flash before death. This flash gives the impression of lasting decades, even a lifetime, when in reality it takes place in a fraction of a second. Imagine that we were all victims of a global catastrophe in 2012, and that we are now living through this flash. with time passing differently for each of us. One day, someone will press a mystical button and we'll all wake up, discovering a reality totally different from the one we've known until now. Scientists are studying this question and have made some incredible discoveries. If this theory is true, it would mean that our lives could end at any moment.
You know, in a sense, he's probably right. This is like Stranger Things. We're living in the upside down at the minute since 2012. You know, well, technically we are, when you think about it.
Your purpose in releasing this tape to expose Area 51 to the world?
My purpose is to expose the existence of the aliens, not compromise these individuals. I made the decision to come forward. I'm taking precautions to protect my own identity, and I don't think it's fair for me to put these others in danger of exposure. In any case, the interview on the tape went nowhere. It was interrupted, as you'll see.
Can you describe for us what we're seeing?
All right, we're looking at the interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort of the aliens. The figure who is just barely visible in the left foreground is the telepath, and behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a military aide. The alien is seated behind a glass partition in a biocontainment area, which is maintained at biosafety level 2, the lowest designation. That's primarily for the protection of the aliens, not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien bug, it would have happened 50 years ago. In fact, you can see here the alien is beginning to flag. The interview was not going well. The telepath was trying to clarify some points from a previous interview, but he wasn't receiving coherent responses. As you can see, the being is in real distress. At this point, the telepath is sending out a message to the medical staff. He's trying to communicate with the alien, but he's getting no response. There's very little he can do. There's no direct connection between his space and the biocontainment area. That's the aide stepping in on the right. The medical staff should be there by now. They're slow in responding. There they are. I have to say the medical personnel at S4 are less than first rate. They tend to be selected for their willingness to keep secrets rather than their medical competence. By the way, he's not shining that light into the eyes. It looks that way, but in fact he's checking for hemorrhaging around the eye sockets and in the nasal cavity. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to watch this.
I don't think that's real at all, if I'm honest. I reckon there would be a lot more people surrounding that thing than what's in that video.
Head can also live in the isolated condition. Here is the plan of the experiment. The arterial pump takes arterial blood from the reservoir to the head, while the venous pump drains off the venous blood. The blood is arterialized in the reservoir, where there is a steady flow of oxygen. The artificial blood circulation ensures the metabolism necessary for the life of the head. The isolated head lives on for hours and reacts to external stimuli. The isolated head even reacts to light and to sound.
I have so many questions about this, but I just can't help but think that underneath that head there's a box, and inside that box there is his body, and the dog is perfectly fine.
This man went to hell for 23 minutes. Listen to how he describes the demons he saw in hell.
I was standing beneath this tunnel, like cavern walls that were sending upward. And all along the cavern walls were demons. Some were only 2 and 3 feet tall. Some were 12 and 13 feet tall. But every one of them were twisted and deformed and grotesque. The most hideous looking creatures. And I noticed there were snakes crawling all over everything. And then I looked, and I was standing on a bed of maggots, just solid maggots crawling all over everything and everybody. But remember, Jesus said, where their worm dies not and the fire is not quenched. And he used the word maggot. And Isaiah 14:11 says, where the maggot will be spread under thee and the worm will cover thee.
This is no joke. Hell is a real place. Repent of your sins today and turn to Jesus so you never go there.
I believe this guy, I believe in hell, I believe in demons, and I believe that this world is just full of them.
Involved with the Illuminati. What about it? I've heard you're involved. Are you? Absolutely not. I'm not near famous enough to do that. You don't have to be famous. How do I get in? Huh? Is the Illuminati gang signs? Is the Illuminati real? Yes. Are there any other secret societies other than Illuminati that maybe don't get as much press? Yeah, but they're evil and I don't fuck with them. Okay, so the Illuminati's not evil. They don't do, like, blood sacrifices. See, the problem is when there's people in control of anything, they get greedy, egos, so they ruin things and they make it evil. Mm-hmm. Care to elaborate? No. And is the Illuminati, like, celebrity-based, or are there politicians also involved with that? It's just money-based. Mm-hmm. And then the celebrities are used as a vessel. Okay. Yeah. All right. How much money? How much money does someone have to make to be in? Or what you're willing to do to not be broke anymore. What does that mean? Dun, dun. Yeah. You speak in riddles. Like, you give me just enough where I'm like, I don't know. You have to, so I don't get my plane bombed or killed later, you know? It's your fear for your life when you're speaking right now. It kind of turns me on. Oh, I love living on the edge. Has there ever been a time that you're care to comment on that you were worried that people were actually going to try and kill you? I don't know. I mean, I tested the waters recently to see if anyone would come after me. And how'd you test the waters? Just by saying a few things. What'd you say? I left LA and I broke ties with a lot of people and I stopped fucking with a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. So, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. For now. For now.
The one thing that bothers me is when these celebrities or politicians or even as rich people are being approached by these elites, what possesses them to agree to join in the club?
This man tweeted he was going to be killed by the CIA and died a few hours after.
What if I tweeted one day that the CIA and the Mossad were going to attempt to frame me and
Epstein was part of the intelligence. The guy was framed. He was then tweeting out. He was tortured. He was found 4 hours later in an ocean. So is it all just a coincidence? Well, let me have a look.
A few moments later.
Definitely a coincidence. Guys, that's the videos for today. I hope you enjoyed these creepy TikTok compilations, and if you did, please smash that like, share, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. And until the next video, please look after yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and I'll see you then.